Ian, Alexis, Sam, are y'all ready for our jam of the day?
Jam of the motherfucking day.
All right.
All right, and that is Lynyrd Skynyrd with their song, That Smell.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell, that's the part of the song is when you got Cassie Gaines and all the girls going, hell yeah. Lynyrd Skynyrd is a third rail that I have not touched until today because I love Lynyrd Skynyrd and I don't want to perpetuate stereotypes about Skynyrd fans, but I just happened to be legitimately listening to this song and I couldn't help myself. I scrolled down and the first one grabbed me. I was like, oh my God. And it was just a fucking avalanche of insanity on this one.
Yes, it is. It is all like people in recovery.
Yes.
I grew up with this song and I never knew that it, because Alexis, I jumped in the shower and Alexis was like, yeah, the jam of the day is That Smell. And I was like, ooh, That Smell. I never knew that it was a Lynyrd Skynyrd song. I knew the song.
Yeah. Well, this is...
I heard it for the first time about a half hour before we started recording because Rivers told me it was...
That's so wild because this used to come on classic rock radio all the time. I feel like if, you know...
You forget, raised religious...
Yeah, but you're
not allowed to listen to secular music.
Were you guys not listening to the exact same radio station as Rivers?
Well, no, just any classic rock station. Well, I was going to say, you said you were raised religious, but did you ever eat at Joe's Crab Shack or,
No, that's way too high class for my family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never been there either.
All right, well.
Oh, yeah, and it's fish. The only fish my parents ever eat are the fish sticks that come out of the freezer section. So
Not even the fillets.
Damn.
Fair enough. This song, by the way, this is on their last album, Street Survivors. Most of the band died about 2 months after they recorded this song in a plane crash, and the song itself is kind of they're kind of subtweeting Gary Rosington a little bit because he he had bought a brand new car and crashed it into a tree. So the first line is brand new cars, oak tree, you're in my way. So that's kind of about him. And then supposedly the plane that they crashed, hit an oak tree when it kind of spread apart. But apparently it was a gum tree. I did look that up. So nonetheless, the chorus of this song is, the smell of death surrounds you. But it seems like most people on here just kind of think it's about, farts. So...
I never knew that it was the smell of death surrounds you when I was reading the lyrics. I was like, I always thought it was, ooh, that smell, the smell that's around you.
I did too for a long time. Yeah, until I started collecting records and I actually got a hold of the lyric sheet for Street Survivors. I thought the same thing. But yeah, so this is Lynyrd Skynyrd, That Smell. Let's get down into these comments here. First up, Rick Jetter, PhD, from 6 months ago. I used to drink my own smell, but now I have my sense of smell back. Sobriety feels good.
I used to drink so much I couldn't smell nothing.
I'm just very confused by I used to drink my own smell. It's like, ugh, whatever that means, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
He's just licking his own armpit.
Yeah. Nothing better than your own cologne fragrance, drink it up.
Jesus Christ.
Carlene Russo from 7 months ago. I can't wait to move and live how I want. My house will not smell.
That's sad.
That just means.
And if you would like to join Carly, she sells Scentsy. Just hit her up with that MLM experience on Facebook. I've talked to her for 20 years since high school, but has she got a deal for you?
I think Carlene is 17 and is just lives in a hell of cats with her mom, and it just can't wait to get out.
Definitely.
Derry Dylanger from 7 months ago. I'm having a damn good time dancing with the monkey on my back. In fact, he's pumping his fist up and down while I crank this out.
So yeah, this guy's on fucking crack.
Yeah. Well, there's a reference in the lyrics too, like you got a monkey on your back. So I guess that's what the reference is. But he's like, I love it.
Yeah. I love my addiction.
Like the song is very
Not
directly
hitting
like,
rock bottom.
this is going to lead to your death. And he's just like, fuck it, I love it.
This song's about weed, right?
No, what a lot of the thing, because I looked through the comments section too, a lot of these are the people that would go to like 12-step meetings just to brag about their drug stories.
Treat it like an open mic and shit.
Yep.
Basically just be like, yeah, I remember this one time I shot like 3 grams of freaking China White all at once. Like just bragging about how much shit they've done. Just that kind of drug guy. I've known several just from various places in my life, and it is unfortunate because all they want to talk about is how many drugs they've done, how fucked up they got, how bad it was. And it's like this like Vietnam vet trying to tell you like war stories about the massacres that he's committed or some shit.
Absolutely. They have
fucked up.
They have worse secrets than what they're telling you every single time.
Jennifer DeLay from 8 months ago. I'm enjoying a good whiskey right now. Drunk off my ass. Yahoo! My black cat is female, and she pee on my blanket. Oops. I know she done it because she ran.
Since Carter is not here, I'm going to summon him again and just say, her pee on my blanket.
And she pee on my blanket. And I love that it's like, presumably this person is just sitting there. It's like, I knew she did it. You know how? She ran away. Like there was someone else. There is no one else in this room. It is just this person and their cat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
This lady wet herself and is trying to blame it on the cat to the internet.
This is just...
I'm so drunk, I pissed my own pants. Oh, shit, I can't say that. I know, my cat did it.
Yeah, the good thing about a YouTube comment, it's like social media, but you don't expect any return on it.
Right,
so, you probably never tweet that, but...
It's a message in a bottle, frankly. It is a message in a bottle, and sometimes I don't find it until 10 years after it was written. But
YouTube comments really are just like the sink filter of the internet. They are really just that freaking drain clogged with the hair of just the lowest of the low of common denominator comments.
Emmanuel Fiolakis from 5 days ago. Beautiful babe was on Vodafone from another country, and as I give her the Cosmotel that was being used abroad, and as Vodafone was the connection after Cosmotel, and now, after 20 years down the line with the Greek company that has made again Cosmotel, do you smell that gas around you?
What the fuck were those words?
That was very clearly English as a second or third language, and he had confused this YouTube comment section with the customer service reps for a international phone card.
Yeah, I think that was happening, but then the ending was very ominous, where he's like, do you smell the gas around you? Like somebody hit a gas line in his apartment, and he's just over there ranting about his phones.
He's going to go down to the phone place and burn down the fucking building, is what it sounds like to me.
Cosmotel, you not give me phone call with beautiful lady. Cosmotel, I burn down your building.
I buy phone card for 5 hours. Only work 20 minutes. Megan Cody from 2 weeks ago. I have to dedicate this song, well, just the chorus bit, LOL, to my snobby Ethiopian neighbors that cook stinky onions frequently. I think they must like having Dutch ovens at bedtime.
Motherfucker, Ethiopian food is wonderful. Oh my god, fuck you. Ethiopian food is great.
That's like, you could just tell they don't eat vegetables by the
right.
stinky onions.
Those are the people who are like,
you eat onion?
I don't eat no salads. That's what food eats.
Ugh.
Oh, man.
Vegetables? I'm 45 years old. I don't eat vegetables. Ugh.
Certainly not one with spices.
Yeah, seriously. Those are the people that frickin' eat well-done steaks with ketchup on them. And,
What is Nidar Kibbeh?
I mean, to be fair, I'm not going to expect most people to know.
Butter.
I know. Most people aren't going to know what Nidar Kibbeh is.
Yeah.
But to just be like, ew, onion.
Yeah.
Like, what the... Have you never had a Philly cheesesteak, ma'am?
Don't get her started on the kit though.
Also,
the
anytime
raw beef.
anytime anybody smells sauteing onions, they're usually like, "Ooh, that smells good."
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sauteed onions is one of the best smells there is.
I bet you it's the lentil and onion thing that they're making
Which
with the
one?
super caramelized onions.
Oh. No, that's
Super.
That's
Is there a level of caramelized beyond caramelized?
Just black onions, I guess.
God, it's just the amount. It's just this giant thing of caramelized onions that you mix in with
That's
the stuff.
mujadara. That's Middle Eastern, not
Oh,
Ethiopian.
my bad.
Oh,
well.
all the same, give it to me. Jay Stone from 3 weeks ago. James Jones stoked my phone and hit me threading to beat me up. Now Ron Blue Eyes, he's somehow running this phone. I'm pressing charges. I'm done with people fucking with me. Both working for U.S. Marshals. They switched my phones out behind my back, and I know where they both live. Can I get some help, please?
This is the Vodafone.
I
guy
am
again.
sick and tired of being abused on the phone.
Hotel.
What is it with the phones in this song? The song has nothing
This
to do with
dude,
the phone.
this dude apparently thinks that the U.S. Marshals have swapped his phones behind his back. So I imagine that he is tuning into this song with the radio that is currently
his
residing in
tooth.
his teeth. Yes.
He
Yeah,
needs to be more concerned about his teeth frequencies.
I really do think he's just listening to it on the phone and someone keeps texting him and he's like, it's the U.S. Marshals. I just know it. Like he didn't give his name out to win a contest to win a free Subway sandwich or something. And that's why he's getting spammed. It's like, no, it must be the government.
Yep. I wasn't there on January 6th, and you can't prove it because I deleted those selfies.
I got two uncle ones. First up, Jojo Luciano from 1 month ago. My uncle stuck a needle in his arm. That cocaine smell, ... I still have to shit.
Damn. His uncle shot up so much coke that he had to shit. That's a lot
No,
of coke.
it's his uncle was hogging the bathroom, man. Fucking cokeheads stay in the fucking bathroom. He's standing out there knocking on the door. He's like, Uncle Ouch, let me in. Uncle Ouch is over there. Like, I still got another 8-ball to shoot up in my arm, boy. I don't care. I got a shit.
You're probably right. That's probably exactly what that is.
my
That's
goodness.
hilarious. I was trying to figure. I was like, what do these two things have? But that's the best explanation we're gonna
always
get.
in the bathroom.
That's true.
Alexis, you are the comment whisperer here. That's gorgeous. That's exactly what it is.
I'm a little afraid that I figured that one out. What wavelength am I getting on that I can figure these people's shit out?
One of these, not like the other from 1 month ago. My uncle was an arson investigator and used to jam this on his way to his next crime scene.
Jesus
All right.
Christ. You're
Yeah,
jamming
that's
the
a-
smell of death surrounds you
To go
as
look
you
at
go from crime scene to crime scene.
arson crime scene specifically. So
I love the smell of burnt child victims. in
yeah, I
the
was gonna
morning.
say, human barbecue. This is Chance Cayenne from 11 months ago.
That is straight up his porn name.
I need a blast, baby. Maybe this Friday. Ain't nothing wrong with cocaine. I've been doing it since I'm 13. I'm 47 now. Just
And I'm fine.
he just says, but just don't go overboard or you will drown for real, kid.
The older guy who's giving the young kids advice on doing cocaine. Kids, you can't do it 3 days in a row. That's crazy.
I've been doing cocaine for 34 years straight, and I gotta say, it rules.
I say that dude's heart just looks like something you pulled out of an old motorcycle engine.
Definitely. That's like he
Valves
definitely doesn't eat vegetables either. He's just gonna drop dead one day. And people are gonna go, oh yeah, that's why you're not supposed to do all that stuff.
I've never actually done cocaine ever.
I haven't either.
Nope. I'm
Losers.
I've done more hallucinogens than most people have probably ever seen in their lives, but I've never touched cocaine.
Same.
I got this Adderall. That's my speed. That's the only speed I've done. And it was prescribed, and I took it as prescribed, so I could write papers in college.
I've got a prescription because I work third shift. There's Provigil and Nuvigil are approved for what they call third shift disorder, which is hilarious because it's just you're not supposed to stay up all night. And I have a prescription for Nuvigil, which is basically adult Ritalin.
Yeah, the stories of the hardest drug I ever did is literally like I stayed up and wrote a paper about Native Son by Richard Wright.
But you still want to have conversational crack in your room.
I don't want to do the crack. I just want to talk about it. You know,
wants to write an essay about the crack you bought.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Come and piss in my ass and mouth from 2 months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was supposed to go on a different YouTube. I wasn't supposed to add it on that comment.
It really does sound like your sluttiest username.
This one I love because one of my favorite things is when the username and the content is like perfectly aligned. Like they created it just to say this. So come and piss in my ass and mouth says, no high ever created is me peeing in my own face. The life ending and mine slips through all time, and you all get high.
Yeah.
And by the way, he spelled peeing Peaing. It's really great. I love that he's just like, me urinating my own face will get the world high. Y'all won't need drugs after the magnanimous display.
That is a dedicated piss fetishist.
Yeah.
Like that is some hardcore like I'm jonesing for my face to get pissed on so much that I'm going to do it to myself.
Yeah, I think that's it. And the thing is, if you were into pissing on your own face, you would never need a partner. Ever. You could live a content life, pissing in your own mouth as you please.
I just love a guy who's just like, yeah, I mean, some people piss on faces and it's just piss on the face. Me pissing on my face changes the world, bro.
It gets him high. I think is the most interesting part.
Yeah, change the entire world.
You get that piss on face high.
Well, that's like that. What was that weird, like, urban legend about you fill a balloon with like pee and poop or something?
Oh yeah, butt hash. That's a
jinkum.
Jinkum, yeah, aka butt hash. That was a.
So this dude just has taken that to its logical extreme. Not only can the jinkum get him high, it can get the whole world high.
Big enough balloon that could save the world.
One of my favorite early episodes of this podcast, we got on that subject, and Dr. Pat, in his best professor voice, just like cleared his throat. He's like, "Listen, the thing about butt hash is," and just very seriously went into his thoughts on the subject.
I had never heard that urban legend until I was like fully an adult. Like I was probably close to 30 before I heard about that. And I was like, who buys into this shit?
It didn't come out until like the 2010s, I would say. It was a pretty late to the game urban legend for people like us.
Baxter from 3 months ago. Susan Smith is a murderer, and her attitude about her crime stinks because she has no remorse. What's more, it's possible they will release her from jail in 2025. If she gets released from jail, everybody is going to be going, "Ooh, that smell. Can't you smell that smell? It's the smell of a murderer that's around you."
Whoa.
I was wondering, I was like, why
How is
like
this related?
Years old?
I love that they tried to tie it back in.
No, I think when you're upset about a murder, you can just project it onto everything.
I guess.
Probably.
I just finished watching some YouTube documentary about Susan Smith that had been linked in their fucking incel forum. And went on a rant over here after they moved over.
I don't know. Is Susan Smith the person I should know about? Is this a famous?
She drove her car like into like the lake.
Oh, with the kids
drowned her kids.
Oh,
I think she had, like, 5 kids. It was back in like the 90s.
Yeah. Okay.
The early aughts.
Okay,
It was
gotcha.
It was in the 90s.
Okay, I just assumed this was some random prisoner.
That's what I say. It was like 20, 30 years
Yeah,
ago.
but that's what I'm saying. They had to have been watching some like YouTube documentary, and somehow the algorithm brought them here, and they were just still so fucking hyped up
Maybe they're friends of one of the kids.
Okay, this makes a little more sense that this is a famous.
Long enough to have friends.
This is a famous killer. I just thought this was a random person who had murdered someone, and they were like, and they're getting out, and everyone needs to know. Tyler Hartman from 3 months ago. I'm blasting this all day to get my wife to stop vaping.
The smell of wedding cake vape.
I was going to say the smell of raspberry cream around you.
And they spell wife Wofe, W-O-F-E.
Sometimes autocorrect fails you. Let's be honest.
No, I just thought it was funny because there's a video. I'll have to put this up on our Twitter because it is legitimately one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Where it's almost like it's a fucking sketch because of how normal it starts out. It's one of those ring cams of a driveway, and there's a car parked there, and there's this guy carrying what looks like a cake or a casserole or something dish, and he literally walks out of the house whistling like as in nothing bad's about to happen, and he even says like, oh, I need to wash my car, and then all of a sudden and his wife walks around the side, and you just hear like, and then this woman starts screaming, and he runs around the side of the car, and he is holding up a bobcat, and he goes, a bobcat! A bobcat! And he fucking throws the bobcat across the fucking yard and then goes to pull his piece out of his back of his pants, and his daughter, who knows her dad's a maniac, runs into his line of fire, and he's just like, get out of the way! A bobcat attacked my wife! And he kept saying and pronouncing wife, W-O-I-F-E, my wife! A bobcat attacked my wife! So that just made me think of that.
Roadkill's extended family sounds fun.
And it's like very obviously a real video because it's a real bobcat, but it seems like a sketch of how normal, like he literally should have been whistling like, nothing bad's about to happen today. Like it was that, kind of benign at the beginning.
Christ. Yeah, sometimes things like that can happen, and as more interconnected as our world gets, and as more cameras are everywhere, we're gonna see more stuff that looks like it should be a sketch. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
For lack of a better term.
Florida man in Connecticut.
Carlos Medina from 5 months ago. 8 years in the joint. 20 years slamming brown. Years of meth and alcohol. I'm 39 and still here. Oh, that smell.
Good for him.
See, again, no repentance about it at all. No, like, man, drugs are bad. He's just like, man, 20 years I've been slamming heroin.
That's a new one. Hose beast, wind up merchant, and now slamming brown.
You never heard that?
I told you. I wrote a paper about Upton Sinclair during my hardest drug years. So, and of course, this last one here, this is just a good one about Skynyrd. Jordan Dickerson from 10 months ago. My buddy and I saw them at Denver University in 1976. During this song, I threw 2 ounces of good weed up on the stage. The roadies grabbed them, and I didn't think about it again. So after the show, we're heading for the car. Up pulls a giant limousine with a loaded ski rack, which that right there, I was like, a ski rack on a limousine it makes sense because it's Denver, but that already is awesome. A loaded ski rack, window rolls down, and it's the whole band plus girls. There's a roulette table in the middle of the limousine surrounded by bottles, and then Ronnie Van Zant sticks his head out with that big old smile and says, "Hey, you're the guys with the good weed." And he shook my hand, and we said yes, and give him 2 more ounces. He then invites us to the after party, and they were gone. I asked my buddy if he'd heard the name of the hotel, but we were so starstruck we missed the name. Gosh darn it.
None of that happened.
Everybody in that parking lot clapped.
Yeah.
Everyone in the parking lot stood up and clapped, and that limo driver's name was Albert Einstein.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that guy should have included a part where he's like, and everybody in the parking lot was like, damn, dude, you're cool as hell.
Yep. Hey, everybody, this is the guy with the good weed. And they carried us to the hotel on their shoulders.
I knew it was was a lie as soon as he said roulette table in the limo. Like, do you know how wide a lane of a fucking road is? And how wide a fucking roulette table
I don't know,
would have
man.
to be?
I could see it in the 70s. Not now.
I could see a
necessarily.
little roulette. Like they'd have to shrink it down some, but I could conceivably see that.
If any band in the 70s was gonna have a roulette wheel in the middle of their limo, it would be Lynyrd Skynyrd.
But no, where this guy's story falls apart is he put too many incredible things on top of each other. First, the ski rack on the limo.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Then the roulette table. Then he couldn't stop with we threw 2 ounces of weed up on stage. He had to say that they gave them 2 more ounces.
You know all the people that go to a concert with a quarter pound of weed on them just to hand out to the band.
I see. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be a little Pollyanna-ish and choose to believe this because it's just such a nice little story. But also, I don't know how much weed weighs or how much that actually is.
It's so much weed.
Okay, well,
it's so fucking much weed.
Like, how much, Sam? How many of the big baggies do you think 4 ounces of weed would be?
Well, like if you took like a normal sandwich-sized bag and just filled it up with weed, that would be like an ounce.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
you're talking about I would say about one of the the half-gallon freezer baggies.
Yeah, not filled completely, but yeah, big enough that you would be like, "What the fuck? This is so much weed."
Okay. Yeah. Also, it's just funny that you would think Lynyrd Skynyrd wouldn't just have their own
Weed Connect.
right,
yeah.
right. Besides the Dead and the Allman Brothers, I'd put Skynyrd pretty high up in that 3 or 4 slot of.
These guys had the good weed. Not that swag that the poor boys in Lynyrd Skynyrd could afford. No, they had good
Right.
shit.
Also, this is 1976, so if this did happen, it was ditchweed for sure.
I think the whole thing is fucking insane.
Well,
This guy sucks.
I'm gonna choose to believe.
I'd rather
You're gonna
hang out with the
construct a lie
slam
about
heroin
running
guy.
into famous people. Make it a believable one.
And then the whole band jerked me off one after another.
We found an abandoned hallway, and you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, see, that's what I need to spice up my story. Is it wasn't my high school girlfriend? It was I don't know,
Glenn Danzig or something.
yeah, Glenn Danzig.
There we go.
And you had given him a bunch
I was
of
going to
drugs.
say Shirley, but sure.
Glenn Danzig was my high
He
school
has to
crush.
pay me back for sitting through Veronica somehow.
Well, and that is Lynyrd Skynyrd's That Smell, our jam of the day.